Greetings. I take it this is the Ameretat?
Affirmative. And you are?
Going to Odaria. I was told we could depart immediately.
Yes, of course. May I see the documentation, please? Mr. Sabo Tato Brave Trigounder Vorda?
Just brave is fine.
All right, Mr. Brave. What's in the large crate?
I was informed that the sizable bonus fees I paid included a no-questions-asked courtesy.
Yes, naturally. However, I still can't take you aboard my ship with something illegal. Forbidden substances, weapons, live species, stuff like that.
It's none of those things. Check the permits on file.
Oh, it's a plant?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of plants myself. You'll see that we have many on board. My name is Danya, by the way, and I'm the pilot of the Ameretat.
Can we leave now?
Yes, sir. Welcome aboard the Ameretat. If you could please follow me to the cargo bay, we've designated a section for your convenience where you may store...
My luggage stays with me, in my room.
Well, our guest quarters aren't very large. I strongly recommend making use of our cargo bay space. You'd be much more comfortable that way.
I insist.
Okay, if that's what you prefer. Are you okay? You don't look so well. I can have my diagnostics bot take a look at you.
That won't be necessary. I think what I need is some rest right now. So, I will do exactly that. Good night.
So, tell me all about it.
Dude, where do I start? He's mysterious and drop-dead gorgeous.
And you're drop-dead horny.
That I admit. Also, I'm weak when it comes to my type. You know me.
I definitely do. But tell me, does he have glowing emerald skin?
Not really. He's blue, and there isn't any glowing in the dark happening, to answer your question.
What about his ears? Are they, like, furry at all?
Not that I noticed.
Last chance. A tantalizing scaly tail.
A hard no, unless it's really tiny. Where are you going with this, Juniper?
He's beautiful by Terran standards. Luckily for you, it means that both species are probably mutually attracted to each other. It's nature's way of bringing together genetically compatible individuals and encouraging them to mate.
Hey, you had me at mutually attracted. But judging by our exchange yesterday, he's not the mating type.
Meaning?
Well, I don't know. It's just a feeling. He came off as kind of cold and distant earlier, I guess. Also, I don't know if he even identifies as a he.
I do, actually. He and him work for me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Why don't you introduce me to your colleague?
Right. Mr. Brave, please meet Juniper. Junie for short.
Well, it's actually Juniper. But Terran ears can't pick up some of those sound frequencies, so he settled for Juniper.
Yeah, she's my business partner, mechanic, jack of all trades, and I guess a second in command of this mighty interstellar vessel.
Of course I'm second in command. There's only two of us, dude. And no offense, but the Ameretat's mighty days are over. We're lucky if it holds for another couple of years.
Pleased to meet you, Juniper. There's no need to address me as Mr. It's just Brave.
Well noted. You're a Darien, yes?
Correct. And you are originally from Tulworth, second largest of the Ognutera's moons?
My, you clearly know your moons.
How many are there?
Ognutera has 14, but Tulworth is the only place with my shade of green. Brave, are you by any chance hungry? We were just going to the mess hall to grab something.
Oh yes, I'm famished. Also, could you guys show me around this ship sometime? This place looks really cool.
So much for cold and distant.
Yes, of course. I'll be happy to do the official tour for you, Brave. But first, let's all grab a bite. So, what do Odarians eat, anyway?
We're omnivores, same as Terrans. The only thing I can think of that grows on Earth that I can't digest is seaweed. It's deadly for my kind.
No worries, we don't have any on this ship. Though, I personally miss sushi sometimes.
Are you okay, Brave? Danya, get him some water.
Yes, I'm okay. I might be coming down with a cold again. Before I got on the Ameretat, I had been traveling on Kayama for over 2 weeks without much rest. The rainy weather and the lack of sleep really did me in. I should be back on my feet within a couple of days, I promise. Until then, I'll make sure to stay away and wash my hands often.
No way! You just got here. What's a little cold gonna do to us?
Are you sure?
Yeah, we are. Our immune systems can handle it. Right, Danya?
Sure, why not?
What Danya doesn't know is that Adarians have a weak immune system, not well adapted for travel outside their home planet.
Really?
Yes, that's correct. That's why you don't see many of us outside of Odaria. Odarians who choose to travel bring along an extensive array of pricey medications as preventive measures. Despite that, we're still highly prone to getting sick.
Damn, sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. As I said, a few days rest and I'll be as good as new.
What do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking, Brave.
I'm what you call a symbiant expert. I study mutually beneficial interactions between different species in the galaxy. I'm also occasionally called in to facilitate the adaptation of individuals of different species who have historic symbiotic relationships and are having difficulty establishing those bonds. I'm very familiar with the theory of symbiosis, but it's the practical part that really fascinates me. For example, you have a species of sea creature that lives around a certain marine invertebrate. It feeds on its byproducts and uses its polyps to hide from predators. The invertebrate also benefits because the sea creature protects it from its own predators and parasites.
Wow, that is pretty amazing.
It definitely is. Not only is it incredible how completely different species can adapt to exist side by side in harmony, but also help each other in ways no one can ever anticipate.
So, I understand that part of your job is helping individuals from different species adapt if they choose to start a symbiotic relationship on another planet. How do you do that?
It depends on the case. My expertise lies with the Odarian environment in particular. Someone who's visiting the planet would have already gotten their vaccines, been screened, and have permits to land. If they're still struggling to adapt to the new environment, then they come to me. We usually do more tests, review their medical history, cross-reference previous cases, and try to find a solution. The answer could be as simple as a special diet, supplement, or breathing exercises.
A supplement? What would be an example of that?
Well, I consulted with a few Ognoterans on Odaria who had trouble eating most of the food available there. I prescribed them a certain bacterial supplement found on Tulroth. When eaten, this bacteria will thrive in your digestive system and assist the processing of food from different environments. They were skeptical at first, but after only a week of including it in their diet, they were able to enjoy our rice and most of our dishes without discomfort.
That's interesting. And that solution seems rather specific. How did you figure out that a bacteria, which was neither from Ognotera or Odaria, could solve their problem? You say it's from Tulroth, but I've never heard of it before.
That particular bacteria worked for similar cases in the past, including inhabitants of Ognotera's moons and other planets from the Horum galaxy. You would be surprised by how many interplanetary food issues can be solved by ingesting certain organisms. Having more than 2,000 years' worth of research at my fingertips helps.
So, I guess you must have extensively studied all the major species.
Most of the knowledge I have pertains to the way my own race interacts with different species. But yes, I've studied a lot of different subspecies of humanoids.
And what do you find the most interesting about Terrans?
I'm glad you asked. To me, it's their adaptation ability. It turns out that out of all the humanoid subspecies, individuals of Earth are most skilled at adjusting to their environment. That's doubly amazing to me, because that means the potential for a symbiotic interaction and relationship is much higher than any other subspecies.
True story, and that's why I partnered up with this guy.
Yeah, we certainly work well together. Can you tell me about symbiotic relationships Odarians have with other species?
Sure. We have a few widely known ones, actually. There's the melodic aquatic band, a sea creature native to our biggest sea that feeds off our blood and dead skin in search of iron nutrients. Before our medicine became what it is today, the best way to treat a wound or large cut was to apply them to the area, and they would keep it closed and clean, feeding off the blood and dead skin until it fully heals.
Oh, we have something like that in Toolworth too. Except we apply it on rashes. While it does sting in the beginning, it stops the itching and feeds off whatever's growing on our skin.
I'm a bit jealous. We mostly have insects and worms that feed off blood back on Earth, but I'm pretty sure the exchange is all one-sided.
Well, gentlemen, I have some things to take care of in engineering, so if you'll excuse me for now.
Later, Junie.
It was nice to meet you, Juniper.
Ooh, now I'm impressed. I hope you feel better soon, Brave.
Hey, Danya. Can I have one of those dinner plates too?
Whoops, I completely forgot. Here you go. It's General Tso's chicken, Terran specialty. Junie digs it, and I hope you will too. Doesn't have any seaweed in it, in case you're wondering.
Thank you. I'm sure this will be good. Hi, Danya.
Good afternoon, Brave. Care to join me for a cup of tea?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
All right, we have some herbal options over here if you're sensitive to caffeine like myself, or the regular kind.
What's caffeine?
It's a chemical substance that's a mild central nervous system stimulant to most Terrans. And don't worry, it's legal. It's actually naturally contained within most plants that are used for tea production. Caffeine is purposely extracted from the raw materials to be able to produce the same beverage but without the jitters.
You seem to know a lot about plants.
This? No, that's common knowledge where I come from.
I see. Why don't I go for the herbal option without caffeine today?
I recommend lavender. It's commonly used to induce relaxation, and best of all, lifting one's mood.
I could use a mood booster. So, do you come here often?
Huh?
To 𝗛𝗏𝘀, the planet we departed from. Is that your regular transport route?
Oh, no, we don't really have a route per se. Junie and I go where the road takes us. As long as we get a nice paying gig, we're game. That's the adventurous part of this job. Never know where we'll end up next. What about you? Do you travel a lot for work?
I'm the same as you guys. Staying on my own planet doing research has been unfulfilling at best. So, traveling to different worlds has been a game changer for me. I follow contracts, but it's the lifestyle that appeals to me. I can do remote work while being somewhere different and amazing every few weeks.
Doesn't help that your immune system isn't very good at adapting to different environments, huh?
Tell me about it. It's the one thing that I'm still trying to work out. I've got something good going for me right now, but it's not perfect. It has put some other limitations on me that I find difficult to handle.
Like what?
It's a bit complicated. I'll definitely tell you sometime. Thank you for the tea, by the way. It's really good.
I'm glad you like it. I got a bunch of other flavors we could try too.
Sure. I'm curious to see what else you've got.
I gotta say, Brave, you're one of the coolest travelers we've ever had on board. We don't accept passenger jobs often, but you've been really easy to travel with and fun to talk to.
You guys have been so nice to me, treating me like family. Of course I'd be on my best behavior.
Well, keep up the good work. We still have a few weeks to go.
So, what kind of cargo do you guys usually transport?
Anything that pays well and doesn't smell too much. Though it's been rough finding good gigs as of late. Too much competition. We're lucky if we break even when the job's done. And don't even get me started on what happened on our last haul before we picked you up. I guess we'll have to venture into more questionable waters after this job. But for that, we need to outfit the Ameretat with a defense system.
You don't have anything on board to protect yourself in case of an attack?
No, we don't. We're pretty good at escaping when things go south. Still, it doesn't hurt to have some kind of shield and weapons, if only just to look more intimidating.
I couldn't agree more.
The 𝗛𝗶𝘀𝘁cie system is pretty promising, with a lot of new colonies that pay handsomely for some common goods. Plus, there's a ton of fun places to visit around there. One of the planets, 𝗛𝗁, is on my must-see list.
The one with anti-gravity pockets and floating islands? Each harboring its own climate, right?
Yes! You've been there?
No, but I definitely want to see it one day.
Cheers to our local Symbiant expert and secretly talented chef. Thank you for gracing us with this exquisite-looking dish.
To Brave's exceptional gastronomic abilities.
Thank you, guys. I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
It's fantastic. What's it called again?
In Universal, it would be something like seared granoli over rice, a common Odarian dish.
I didn't know we had granoli on board. How'd you dig that up, Danya?
We don't. Brave used his own supplies of whatever that is.
It's a mushroom that grows everywhere on my planet. I have a lot of it on hand, since it retains its freshness well and is a very good source of protein. Convenient when you're on the road. Also, it reminds me of home.
It's difficult to find any in spaceports. I've seen it maybe twice in the last year.
Probably because no one knows about it.
Yes, Odaria's dishes aren't popular because of our limited ability to share them with everyone.
But you're slowly changing that, eh, Brave? Can I get seconds?
Here you go.
Sure feels great to have something different from General Tso's for a change.
No way. I thought you liked it.
I do, but come on. Half of our provisions are pre-packaged General Tso's meals. Even I have my limits.
Sorry, they were on sale, so I took some extras. I'll keep in mind to grab a better variety in the future.
Yeah. Who wants some more wine? Okay, that was my last bottle.
Thank you for sharing your precious gift with us.
Hey, it was worth it. Who knew it would complement the seared granale so well, right?
Thanks, Juniper. They really did pair well.
Glad you liked it. Okay, boys. I'm going to retire now to deal with my food coma in bed. Be good.
See ya.
Bye.
Ready for dessert?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm full, but I will finish my drink, though.
Slow down, dude. We still got time.
Actually, Odarians don't get drunk, if that's what you're worried about. Not on this kind of stuff, at least. It'll take a much stronger beverage to get me even remotely tipsy.
Oh, my sympathies. I, on the other hand, am a very cheap drunk.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever want to get you intoxicated.
Hey, can I ask you a personal question?
Shoot.
Are you single?
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. I guess it could mean different things for different races. So what I'm asking is like, are you married or have partners waiting for you somewhere?
Why do you ask?
Because I'm very curious.
Well...
You know what? Don't worry about it. The Ameretat is a safe space, and you don't have to answer anything. It's just, I can't help but wonder sometimes, being around you. We get along so well, and I'm drawn to you, which I'm sure shows. I just don't want to step over some boundaries I don't know about.
Thank you, Danya. I appreciate your candor. My situation is a bit complicated. If you don't mind, I'll explain another time.
Sure.
I'm going to rest a bit. Thanks so much for dinner.